I'm telling you, when my ex did what he did, he doesn't realize it, but he gave me all the power, you know? And yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel nervous or anything like that. I feel like I'm ready to go and I'm ready to just get it over with.
Hey y'all, it's Destiny, and of course Liv decided to get on here and do another live stream, trying to make it seem like when she and Jerrod go to court, she's going to be able to use this affair that she allegedly had with Jerrod to help her win in court. Of course I'm saying allegedly because I still have no idea if it actually happened. Liv is the only one confirming that this happened. And like we all know and can all agree on, she lies about everything. So in this live stream, Liv does talk about court and what she's trying to bring against Jerrod that will, I guess, hopefully make her not have to pay child support. Or maybe lessen the child support, I'm not sure. But let's see what she had to say.
Okay, y'all. I didn't even know you could do that. If somebody sends you money on the phone, you can click on it, like through Apple Pay or something, you can click on it and you can see all the transactions and the date and everything. That is bomb. I didn't even know you could do that. We're good. We're gonna be good.
Now the reason that Liv is pointing this out is because she claims that Jerrod was giving her money during this 5-month affair, and I guess that proves that he doesn't need the child support. Or maybe she's trying to use that as a reason to say why she shouldn't have to pay. Liv is still claiming to not make money on YouTube.
Thank you, Susie. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat, baby. That's really sweet of you. I can't use that tonight. But thank you, love.
Who can use Super Chat and Super Stickers? Here's a quick rundown of some of the eligibility requirements. Your channel must be monetizing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat, baby.
In my opinion, the courts definitely need to look at her YouTube income. People are saying it's in her mother's name and that's why it doesn't come back to her. Regardless, she's the one on the channel. And there should definitely be some way for them to find out how much money that channel is making that she's on.
Okay, I gotta go to Walmart. After I pick AJ up, I gotta go to Walmart because I gotta get Kailani coconut milk or something. Ever since I gave her milk, she's right away started coughing. It's the milk. All right, I'm gonna set a timer so I call my babies at the right time.
So Liv also believes that Kailani is allergic to cow's milk. She gave her a bottle recently, and ever since, Kailani has been coughing really, really bad. And I find it funny that now Liv is saying she's putting on a timer so that she can call her children on time. Now all of a sudden she wants to make sure she's calling her children when she's supposed to. What about the records of her not calling her children? Can't Jerrod also look that up and show the judge that? Show the judge how she said she can't because she was doing DoorDash and she was busy.
So I just found out that, because I'm trying to send in some evidence to the court, so I found out that I have to send it in the date of, so bring it with me. And put it in that day. So that's what I'm gonna do. Respiratory, coughing, wheezing, shortness of breath, nasal congestion. Yeah, that's the milk. It's definitely the milk. We're done with that. That's over with. My man sent me roses today. Oh, that's so cute. Try almond milk maybe, or lactate. No, I'm gonna do coconut. I'm gonna do coconut. I don't think she'll like it. Are you nervous about going to court? No, I'm not. I'm actually excited. I want to get it over and done with. I think that things will go in my favor. I think that either way, whatever the outcome is, I think it's gonna be in my favor, you know? Even if anything that happens, it's going to work out for me in the end.
So of course Liv is full of herself and believes that whatever happens, it's still going to be good for her. This is definitely consistent with who she is as a person from what we see on the internet. But from what I heard, this is about child support, and I guess Jerrod is trying to revoke the probation, something like that. But let me know what y'all heard about this case. What is it really about, and what do you think is going to happen?
You know, so no, I'm not nervous. I'm telling you, when my ex did what he did, he doesn't realize it, but he gave me all the power, you know? And yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel nervous or anything like that. I feel like I'm ready to go and I'm ready to just get it over with. Really.
She's talking about Jerrod having an affair with her, and somehow that is going to benefit her in court. And like I said, I have no idea if that actually happened or not. I don't know if it was in Liv's dreams or in her fantasy, or was it real life. But what we do know is Liv thinks that Jerrod allegedly doing that is going to work in her favor for the court. How? I'm not really sure.
My nephew, I think he did it on purpose so he can get rid of that lady. Who knows? The mind of a psychopath. Who knows? Girl, if we try to understand that, girl, we could be here for the rest of our lives trying to understand that. There's no understanding it. All I care about is my kids, and yeah, you know, if everything goes the way that I feel like it's gonna go, I'm gonna get my new car, start working with the things that I can work with right now. I can't do too much because I still have Kailani.
You know, with Liv saying all of this, I'm starting to believe that Liv had 2 more children so that she doesn't have to be responsible for the older 3 children. I guess she thought having more children would make her not have to pay child support. Or maybe it would give her an excuse to not have to work or make any money or take care of the older 3 at all. Liv is supposed to pay child support for her older 3 children. And her saying, well, I do have Kailani, you know, I do need to get a new car. Does anybody else find it interesting that now Liv needs to get a new car when she's the same one that has been driving the same car from Texas to Florida? She keeps driving it everywhere. The car isn't working enough to get her children from school like she's supposed to, but it is in good enough condition for her to drive to different states with it. Interesting.
But I'm gonna do everything that I can. I'm gonna adjust my child support, you know, like it needs to be, because I don't mind giving him money, doing whatever I need to do in order to be a part of my kid's life, in order for him not to be able to put me away, and I'm totally okay with that.
The fact that Liv still sees child support as giving Jerrod money is ridiculous. Jerrod and Nisha are over there financially supporting the children. Not just financially, in every single way, they're supporting the children. And Liv is clearly not helping at all. So the child support is to support the children, help them get the things that they need. All the money that Jerrod is using to support the children on his own because Liv won't help, of course she should pay child support. She's not doing anything else to help. But Liv is now talking about how her child support needs to be lessened and she doesn't care about paying it. She's fine with paying it. But for months, she was the same one saying that she doesn't want to pay it. She doesn't think she should.
You know, so I can be in my kid's life as much as I can be. And, you know, they adjust my child support like it should be from the jump. And then we'll just go from there. You know, I can be with my babies as much as I can be until I can change some stuff up. And in the meantime, in between time, I'll have my car and I can go to all his games and practices and school events and...
Okay, so now Liv is claiming that she's having car issues and that's why she doesn't support her son in football. I can't believe she's really trying to use this in court. I wonder if Jerrod could show the video of her driving that same car to Florida. Because if you're trying to say that that's the reason why you can't support your son in his activities, the car, how are you driving it to different states? But now all of a sudden she needs a new car. And if she had this new car, then she would support her children in their activities. I definitely don't believe that's true.
You know, be there for my kids. That's what's most important. Do you think he will make a play for full custody? He can't. There's no way he can get full custody. Unless I give it up. If I go to the courts and give up my parental rights, he could definitely take, or if he found me slipping, you know, if I was like a drug addict, like everyone thinks I am, or abuse kids in some way, there's no way he could get full custody. And I don't do any of those things, so yeah.
So this is Liv saying that Jerrod can't get full custody unless she gives up her rights. And does anybody else find it interesting that Liv wants us to believe that Jerrod is physically harming their children, leaving bruises and marks and rashes and all types of stuff on them? But she's also the same one that said she had a 5-month affair with this man. So let me get this straight. You knowingly slept with a man that is harming your children for 5 months. She went out of her way to have an affair with this man that she wants us to believe is hurting her children.
And I would never give up my parental rights, so no. He doesn't even want to do that though, because he wants me to be around, you know? The day of seems like short notice though. I'm worried they're going to overlook. Well, that's what they just told me, so I'll call back tomorrow to like make sure. But I know from previous times when I sent in stuff, it could be like it could be as late as the day before, you know? So I'm not worried. I'll get my stuff sent in. The day of just seems short notice, you're right. But that's what the lady said. I'll call tomorrow though. Seems like me allergic to all that stuff. Hoping milk, yeah, the change in milk helps for sure. Antibiotics doesn't help with allergies. No, it doesn't. I didn't get a lawyer, no. I'll be representing myself like I've done in the past.
So Liv went and made a GoFundMe to help her get a lawyer.
I'm asking anybody out there that can donate to my GoFundMe. I need to get a lawyer. My court date is set for September 30th. I need to get a lawyer within the next couple of weeks because I have to get a lawyer. And I know my oldest daughter wants to live with me. She's going to be 12 soon. And I want her to be able to go in front of the judge and say where she wants to live because my babies want to be with their mom.
She also had people cash-apping her money to help her get a lawyer. And now she sits on this live and says, I'm not getting a lawyer. I'm going to represent myself, just like I did in the past. So question, why were people sending her money again?
What's going to happen? So will they decide on if you get custody back? I never lost custody, you guys. We share custody. We have 50-50.
Does anybody actually know if they do share custody? I find it interesting that Jerrod has the children more, but somehow it's 50-50. And why would Liv have to pay child support if they have 50-50 custody? And oh yeah, Liv actually thinks that when Robin turns 12, she'll be able to live with her.
Yeah, the court is not for custody. I would have to wait until she turns 12 and then set a hearing for that, which I will be doing that. What was your first question? Do you think child support issue will be a big factor? I mean, that's the only factor. That is the only factor. That's a rescue, yeah. It's for asthma. If you have 50-50 custody, then why are you paying child support? And why you only have them twice a month? Because that's the way they do it in Texas.
So let me know in the comment section, is this just the way they do it in Texas? Something doesn't sound right to me.
That's why every state is different. Hey, I pray everything goes in her favor. Thank you, baby. Yes, it was make her and you more comfortably. Texas is hard on people in child support and custody cases. Yeah, they are, but I feel like it's different because I have more children and the circumstances of my case, you know, it's different. Everybody's case is different, but in my case, we're dealing with somebody who was giving me money just a few months ago, so who knows what the court will have to say about that. You know, maybe that would be nothing, maybe they won't care, or maybe that will play a big factor, because I'm sure women in this chat right now, I'm sure you guys probably get child support from your exes, you know, and have you guys ever turned around and, you know, not only had an affair, but was giving him money during the affair? Probably not, you know what I mean? So like I said, everyone's situation is different.
So yes, Liv believes that because Jerrod was allegedly giving her money during this affair, somehow that ties into her paying child support. I'm not seeing how her obligation would go away because he was giving her money. Or maybe she feels like the court finding out about this affair will make them be on her side. I'm not really sure.
So we'll see, you know? No, this is not a criminal case. So they don't appoint lawyers in this type of situation. They should though. They definitely should. It's definitely in the best interest of everybody if I don't go to jail. Because, like I will explain to the judge, I want to get a job, and I will, but the reason I'm not doing what I want to be doing right now is because I don't have a working vehicle.
See that lie right there? She's going to go to court and lie and say she doesn't have a working vehicle when she has so many live streams of her actually driving in the car without a seatbelt.
Even yet, 29% of people killed in Texas car crashes in 2020 were not wearing seatbelts. In 2022, 53% of those killed in Texas car crashes were not wearing seatbelts. That's according to TxDOT, who says that number is always increasing. In promotion of their Teen Click It or Ticket campaign, TxDOT recently shared stats about teen roadway deaths in recent years. From 2021 to 2022, more than 300 teens died in car accidents in which they were not wearing seatbelts. In 2022, more than half of the teens killed in vehicle crashes were not wearing seatbelts either. That's 320 people died, or teens died in 2022 in vehicle crashes, and more than half of those teens were not wearing seatbelts. TxDOT is urging everyone to spread the word and pushing parents to set a better example.
We just encourage parents to be good role models. Maybe parents don't think that their teens listen to them, but they do, and they will mimic what you do. So just be a responsible driver. We want everybody to be a responsible driver and to wear that seatbelt.
And she's also the same one that said she was sleeping in that car when she was homeless. It's so much proof showing that she actually does have a working car, but she's actually going to go to court and lie and say she doesn't have a working vehicle.
So if I don't go to jail, I'll get a working vehicle, and then I can do what I need to do, and then they'll start getting payments from me. If not, then I'll go to jail, and then nobody will get any money. Continue to not get any money. So, like I said, it's up to, we'll see. I think it's smarter to not put me in jail, but I mean, if they want me to sit there and they'll continue to not get any money from me, then that's on them.
I guess Liv thinks she's very smart here. She thinks that she's going to convince the judge that it's better for her to be out in the streets, not giving any child support to the children, than to be in jail, also not giving any child support to the children. Maybe Liv doesn't understand, but that's a punishment for not paying child support. Does that make sense? You're choosing to not get a job, or at least give that YouTube money to your children. But she wants to convince the judge that it's better to have her out in the streets, driving a car that she doesn't have, and still not paying child support.
Yes, I do. Oh my God, let me go check on the phone, baby. Yes, I do. Oh my God, let me go check on the phone, baby. Yes, I do. Oh my God, let me go check on the phone, baby.
Let me go check on this effing baby. This is how she talks about her 1-year-old baby.
Now that I know she has allergies, what if she's allergic to cats? What if she's allergic to animals? Oh, that's gonna suck. She probably is though, if you think about it. Oh, that sucks. I wanted to get Robin a cat.
So for some reason, Liv thinks that Kalani is allergic to the milk, which she definitely could be. But she also thinks that means she's probably allergic to animals, I guess cats. I'm not really understanding the connection between being allergic to milk and being allergic to cats. Regardless, Liv wants people to believe that she doesn't make any money, so why would you go and get a pet? How are you going to financially support the pet? She claims she can't financially support her own children that she pushed out of her body, but she wants to go and get a pet.
Do a family costume? The Inside Out characters? Possibly. Liv, I thought you had a breathing machine. Yes, I do have a breathing machine. I do. It was from when they were both sick. Maybe rock every wig. I really like the curly wig best. The curly wig? Hi, Violet. Quincy, your friend. No! I fucked my fucking zipper up, bro. Are you serious? How? How do I fix this, y'all?
And as you can see, she did break the zipper. But y'all gotta let me know what you think about this situation. What do you think is gonna happen in court? Do you think anything that happens there will be in Liv's favor? Do you think Robin will be able to live with Liv when she's 12? And in my opinion, I think the judge would be crazy to think that having Liv out of jail is better than having her in jail. Regardless, she's not paying the child support, so it really doesn't matter. She's already proving that she's not going to pay it. So her trying to convince the judge that keeping her out of jail is the best thing, how? But y'all gotta let me know what you think about this situation. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will definitely see you in the next one.